Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Generous George, Goodwill Ambassador for the NBA G League Texas Legends right here in beautiful Frisco, Texas. Today I'm going to talk about courage. What is courage? This is my unbelievable basketball that spins on my finger and it spins straight at you because of the stick that goes in the ball. It took courage for me to invent a basketball that I could spin all the time and not wear out my finger. I really believe that courage is cool. All you students sitting out there, you hear it all the time. You know, don't be afraid, do the best you can, give it 100%, keep your head up. This is all true. Courage comes from three things. Courage comes from energy, education, and enthusiasm. Energy, you gotta sleep every night, eat good foods, drink plenty of water. Right now I'm gonna have a little bit of my lemon water. I squeeze a little lemon in the water every day. This is what I have learned to drink instead of soda pop and sugary drinks all the time. But courage is a feeling that you get inside, but you really have it already. All you gotta do is bring it out. It's like the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz, one of the greatest movies ever made. You remember what the Cowardly Lion said? Courage. What makes a king out of a slave? Courage. What makes the flag on the mast to wave? Courage. What makes the Hottentot so hot? What puts the ape in apricot? What do they got that I ain't got? Courage. He said, you can say that again. But he already had the courage. He didn't know it. Just like the Scarecrow already had the brain. The Tin Man already had the heart. Dorothy even had a home, and she didn't know it was all a dream in the end. All right? Courage is something that you build step by step by step. Little victories. It isn't just someday you wake up, okay, I'm going to be brave now, I'm going to have courage. It's a feeling that you get inside where you know that I can, I will keep trying. I will do my best. I have this little thing that I do in my shows, and I have to start doing it again because I haven't done it very much. I get little empty metal soda pop cans or little empty tomato paste cans, wash them out, and I glue a little eyeball on top. You can get them at the party store. And then when one of the students in my shows does something good, I say, how do you spell American? And he goes, A-M-E-R-I-C-A-N. I said, what's the last four letters of American spell? He goes, Icken. I go, no, I can. Everybody say it, I can. And then I take out this can with an eyeball glued to the top. I said, I'm gonna give you this I can. What's your name? He goes, my name is Robert. Robert, I want you to keep this I can with you at all times and don't do anything with it that might take you down. All right, keep it with you. And whenever you need a little extra energy, you remember I can. Courage, it comes from a feeling inside you. Love. I heard Taylor Swift. I heard Taylor Swift on TV. She was performing in Dallas. The news lady asked her, Taylor, aren't you afraid to go out in front of 80,000 screaming kids and parents? They've all come to see you sing. What if you forget the words? She says, no, I'm filled with love. I said, well, how do you do that? And Taylor looked at the camera and she said, I go like this. I make the heart symbol. I put it on my forehead and I go, beep! And that summons the greatest power in the universe, love. And I go out there and I give it my best shot, all right? That's what courage is. Courage is sharing. Sharing is caring. Courage is cool. It's not being a bully. Bullying is when you pick on somebody. You hurt someone else. The real person you're hurting is yourself. There's three ways that kids bully. They bully with their fists. They bully with their words. They bully with this, the cell phone. My mother always taught me if you can't say something nice about somebody, don't say anything at all. Courage. It's not being afraid to try something new. I remember the first time I ever got on a bike and I wobbled and I fell down and I got back up and somebody held the bike for me so I could pedal. I went a little bit farther. I fell down and got back up on that bike. I wasn't afraid. It's the same thing with swimming. I held the side of the swimming pool. You remember this. And you kick and then the swimming instructor says, turn around. I'm going to hold you up. You're going to swim. And I said, I'm going to really do that? I said, what if I sink? I said, you're not going to sink. The water holds you up. Then pretty soon, the instructor told me to just throw myself out there. Then pretty soon I was jumping off the side of the pool, going in. And the instructor said, George, if you can swim in 3 feet of water, you can swim in 20 feet of water. I said, won't I sink to the bottom like a rock? And she said, no, You just kick your feet, you come to the top. It makes you feel good. Little victories. You learn to have courage one step at a time. I teach kids how to bounce on a pogo stick. It's not easy. This is a kid's pogo stick. You get on, they bounce once, I tell them to get off. Bounce twice, get off. Now you've worked up to 3. Bounce 3 times, get off. Bounce 4 times. They make a mistake, they got to go back to number 1. 1 bounce. They said, why do I have to do that? I said, because you're learning one little step at a time. That is cool. Courage is cool. You're smiling. All right? You've got to have fun. Fun is the secret to courage. The more success you get, the more courage you get. If you disagree with somebody, you don't start fighting. As you get older, I've heard, the thing you say is, hey, let's agree to disagree. Let's shake hands. Let's go inside and just, worry about it. Courage doesn't mean you fight. Courage means that you care. You care with everything you have. And once you get that feeling inside you that you can do anything if you put your mind to it, if you have the education, if you have the energy, and if you have enthusiasm and fun. So what do I do in my show? I'm used to picking 200 students to volunteer to be in my basketball show. I never realized I was teaching courage to these kids. There's always a student out there that might be shy. Don't be shy. If your teacher asks for volunteers, you raise your hand. Even if you give a wrong answer, you find out why you're wrong. So one of the things I do, I take a balloon, I blow it up, I tie it, I pick a student to come on up, I put the balloon on the floor, I said, okay, I usually pick a kindergarten student. All right, you have to bounce the ball and try to pop the balloon. They'll usually miss it 3 times. I said, okay, you missed it 3 times, try it again. They bounce it 3 more times, they miss. I said, okay, Robert, you missed it 3 times. You probably don't want to try anymore, go back to your seat. Then I asked the students, I said, why did Robert go back to his seat? And one boy will raise his hand and said, because you told him so. I know, I didn't tell him so, I tricked him. He should have said, wait a minute, Generous George, I can pop that balloon, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not afraid of a balloon. Then I bring him back up. He keeps dribbling until he pops it. Then I give him a prize. He has a big smile on his face. He goes back to his seat. I said, that's courage. You had courage to do that, okay? When I was in elementary school, there was no such thing as bullying. Mapledale Elementary School, Wickliffe, Ohio, back in the day, early 60s. Billy Snyder, God bless him. He was the smartest, strongest, toughest, best looking student in the whole school. Nobody bullied anybody else because you had to answer to Billy Snyder. Billy Snyder would break up more fights. He never caused a fight. He taught us to care for each other, that we're all one. We're one school. We're Mapledale Elementary School. Mapledale Elementary School does not exist anymore. It was plowed under many years ago. It's just a nice little field there now. But what Billy Snyder taught me and all those students in there to care, to smile, to take care of each other has helped me my entire life. He also taught me to do this. He taught me to whistle using my lips. I'll never, ever forget that. Okay. Courage. It takes courage to be nice to people. It's easy to be mean. If you're lucky enough to have a grandma or a grandpa, and your grandma gives you a sweater for your birthday, and it's ugly, and it doesn't fit, and you'll never wear it no matter what. You don't go, oh, grandma, this sweater's terrible, I'll never wear it. No, you don't hurt her feelings. You give her a big hug and a kiss. You get that grandma makeup all over your face. You say, oh, I'm so lucky to have a grandma like you. Thank you so much. I love you, grandma. Then the next day, you take the sweater to the store. You exchange it for what you want. And when your grandma says, what happened to your sweater? She says, oh, grandma, the dog ate it. I had to go, and they gave me another sweater instead. You don't hurt someone. You don't hurt their feelings. You have courage. It takes more courage to be kind and to be courteous than it does to be mean. If you play soccer, how many of you play soccer? You play soccer? If someone on the other team falls down, you don't point at them or laugh at them. Extend the hand, help them up, pat them on the back, keep going. That's what takes courage. Another drill I do, I take a plastic dome like this. I have the students hold the dome. They toss it in the air. Boom, they catch it. Some students say, oh, I don't want to do that. Go ahead, you can do it. Don't let the ball see, whoop, there it goes, right out of my hands. Right out of my hands, okay? I got to do it again. I dropped it. I didn't keep my eye on it. Boom. Then they throw it higher and higher. keep catching. Then I have them put the dome on the ground. Now you have to bounce the ball straight down on the dome. It comes right back to you. Whoops, oh, there it goes. I gotta go chase it way over here. You go chase the ball, and then you come back. You come back. I didn't keep my eye focused right on the center of the dome. I bounce it straight down. I catch it, then one hand on the ball, one hand on the dome. We do that over and over and over again. Then I take out Ricky the Rat. Ricky the Rat is a little toy rat. I have a bunch of them. They hold it like this, pinch the tail between their fingers. They toss it out, boom, pull it back. You toss it out. Whoops, I missed. Why did I miss it? Because I didn't look it right into my hands. Boom, I look it right into my hands. Usually the Ricky the Rat is hitting him in the face or the arms, they're laughing and everything, but I teach them to focus and to pay attention, to not be afraid of the little toy. You don't dangle it like this, you just hold it like this in your hand, you flick it out, boom, pull it back, and you catch it. Then I bring out all these characters, all these little animals. They go crazy. Go get an animal. All right, it's like the movie. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. I have them throw it up in the air real high, catch it. Then I have them bounce it off their knee, catch it. Off their foot, catch it. I have them hold it like a football, boom, catch it. It takes courage to come up and try when everyone else is watching you. Then I have them take a ball, take the animal, put it right on the ball like this, hold it with two hands, look at the animal so it's looking at you. Then you drop the ball straight down, boom, it'll come right back to you, just like that. Then you do it again. If you catch it, that's great. If not, you try it again. All right, you're focusing, you're concentrating, boom. You weren't afraid to come up here and volunteered. You experienced success, even just a little bit of success, little victory. Courage is cool. You constantly try and try and try and improve. But the real sign of courage isn't what you can do or what you learn how to do. It's once you become good at something, then you share it with other people. I say, hey, where did Ricky the Rat go? Where did it go? They're laughing their heads off. Where did it go? They say, it's on your head. Oh, boom, there it is. When you can help someone else learn to do what you do, that is the ultimate test of courage. That's what makes you strong. That's what makes your school strong. That's what makes our state strong, our country strong, the world strong. Pulling together, helping each other. That is the sign of courage. I can, I will keep trying. Sharing is caring. Teachers out there, start a Courage is Cool club in your school where the kids do different things every day or once a week or whatever, and they write it down on a piece of paper. I have courage because, all right, I helped someone else out. A new student came to our school, nobody was sitting with him. I went over and sat with him. That's courage. I broke up a fight. I saw something going on. All right, I got a couple of my friends to come over and talk to that boy and say, hey, look, don't pick on him. He's just like you. Maybe you're great at football. Maybe you're great at baseball. Maybe you can play the guitar. But maybe he or she can take up a pen and draw your face in 2 seconds. Don't ever think you're better than somebody else just because you can do something and they can't. Many, many years ago, I was at the Fergus Falls Camp of Champion. A 9-year-old boy, I was teaching ball handling. He kept bouncing it off his foot, was rolling out into the lake. I said, I think his name was Aaron. I said, Aaron, why is it going out in the lake? Can't you dribble the ball? So after lunch, we had fishing. It just so happened he was a 9-year-old state fishing champion. And I didn't even know how to put the worm on the hook. He said, George, you're going to feed the fish with all our worms. Don't you know how to do it? Come on, you can do it. You don't wind up and throw the fishing rod way out. He taught me how to fish. I taught him how to do basketball. I had the courage to listen to him. I want to thank the Texas Legends. I want to thank Mark Cuban, Donnie Nelson, our president, Malcolm Farmer, for giving me the opportunity to be here today. Thank you so much. Teachers, keep going. Students, keep learning. Have courage. It's already in your heart. Just bring it out. Thank you so much and have a great day.